This week on the Double T Insider, we learn more about Lady Raider basketball's Kellyn and Kellyn Schneider. We go one-on-one with women's tennis player Samantha Adams in this week's Red Raider Spotlight. And we continue our series on club athletics, bringing you a closer look at Texas Tech Rugby. All that and a whole lot more. This is the Double T Insider. The Double T Insider is brought to you by the College of Media and Communication and is produced entirely by students of the college.
Hello and welcome into another edition of the Double T Insider. I'm Caitlin Kravick alongside Brett Brown, bringing you the inside access into Texas Tech athletics.
This week, the Double T Insider sat down with Lady Raider basketball's Kellyn and Kellyn Schneider. Hear what the dynamic duo has to say about having a sister on the team and much more.
My name is Kellyn Schneider. I'm a senior center from Lubbock, Texas.
My name is Kellyn Schneider. I'm a sophomore forward from Lubbock, Texas.
Well, our mom's a basketball coach, and I'm not sure if all coaches do this, but my mom just kind of used our basketball camps as like daycares for us when we were little. We were like little tiny kids, and we would go up to our summer camps and just hang out and play with basketballs, and we would travel with her teams and stuff, so we've just kind of always been around it. I think it was fun for the most part. You know, we would all kind of be in a bad mood like after a loss or something like that, so in a way that was kind of beneficial because none of you wanted to really talk to each other, so then you would just leave each other alone. But then it also made the wins more fun because we were all like excited and in good moods and just talking about it, and just that extra little bonding experience with your mom is fun. I
mean, we would have like one-on-one tournaments in practice and stuff like that, and I don't know, we're both like, I guess it's just an athlete's state of mind. Like, you're really competitive in almost everything you do, and so we definitely had some like in-family competition.
I really just like the idea of staying in my hometown. A lot of my friends, when they were going off to college, were like, oh, I can't wait to get out of Lubbock. But I enjoy Lubbock, and I like being around my family, and I knew playing basketball and having a difficult major, I would be kind of under a lot of stress, so I wanted to be around family and friends, and I've really been happy with my decision. I've liked going to school here.
Yeah, it did play a part in it, and also I wanted to stay close to home because I knew it would be easier to have like access to my parents, and then Haley helped me ease into like the transition from high school to college, so it did play a part in my decision to come to Texas Tech.
The best of the best are Division I athletes, so everybody's faster and stronger, and you're not going to play against an athlete that doesn't have some kind of, you know, just raw talent. So it was definitely a transition, but we were able to make it with all of our strength coaches and all the good coaching we've got around us. So.
We practice in the mornings. We always start the mornings with practice, and we'll either have weights before or we'll just go straight in. And then once we finish practice, we go eat training table, which is this really cool thing that they set up for us this year. It's like a nutritious meal plan for us. They give us all these healthy choices, and it's like a buffet of food. So we go eat, and after that we go to class. If you have tutoring, you go to tutoring after class, and then homework once you get home. And then you go to sleep and do it all over again. They make it definitely attainable to have difficult majors while you play basketball. The athletic staff here at Tech, because they just give you so many resources like the Marcia Sharp Center, and you have access to tutors if you need them. And the coaches are really conscientious about, you know, putting academics first, and they always understand if you need to leave practice like 5 minutes early to make it to class. And it's just really professors and coaches both being really willing to work with you has made it possible for me. Her leaving definitely is going to be different. I'm going to have to do it all by myself. I mean, I have the rest of my teammates, but I don't go home to it. And Haley's my roommate, and so we always go home and talk about it and get each other through like hard practices. And so, I mean, it'll definitely be different, but I don't think it'll be that terrible. I wanted Kellyn to be my roommate, and Kellyn was like, I don't think that's a good idea because they say, you know, like best friends shouldn't live together or something because they'll fight all the time. And I was like, Kellyn, it's okay. Like, I'm patient with you. You're the one who hates. So, really, we have our sisterly fights, but, I mean, we're both really good about just getting over it. We love each other.
We hit the McLeod Tennis Center to focus on senior Samantha Adams. We shine a light on the new Braunfels native's final year here at Tech in this week's Red Raider Spotlight.
My name is Samantha Adams, and I'm a senior from San Antonio, Texas. I started playing tennis when we had my older brother, older sister, and I are like all 17 months apart, then 14 months apart. So I think it started out, my mom just wanted to put us all on something we could all do, and she could watch from the car. So she was like, this is perfect. I could put all 3, 4 kids in the same clinic. And so we started off in a clinic down the street, and then my parents liked playing and hitting with each other. So I think it just sort of happened. I think I've grown a lot just mentally, just knowing what to expect in matches. Freshman year it was all new, and you didn't really know what teams were good, what teams were solid, what teams were like you're not supposed to lose to them. So I think as a senior you sort of know going into matches like which matches are important, and you can prepare better as the season goes on. So I think I don't know if it's better or worse, because freshman year you just like going and you're playing and you don't know what to expect, and then senior year you know what's expected of you and what's expected of your team. So coming into college, I probably wouldn't have expected to accomplish what we've accomplished as a team. And now I think this year, having accomplished it, it does make me want to push for more and accomplish more things. But I think when I am done and I'm like not in the frame of mind of trying to do more, I'll look back on it and be pretty satisfied with what we've done so far. My most memorable moments are, the first one, I think our match against TCU. We needed 1 match to win and we had 2 matches left on, and they were both close, and I ended up clinching to secure the Big 12 title. And that was just a really fun moment because my team rushed the court and we were all really excited. And then a couple weeks later, we were in the second round of NCAAs, and it was here, we were hosting, and I was in a similar situation and looked like I was going to win, and I ended up losing, but it was such a great atmosphere with all the fans and everything. So it was still a good moment even though we lost. But I really like to paint and I like to draw. I don't know if people really think that athletes are interested in that, so maybe that's something they wouldn't know about me. My friends know that about me, but yeah, I really like painting and drawing. I painted a picture of Dwight Schrute from The Office, and I really like that picture. I call them the fireballs. Yeah, I'm sort of notorious for wearing lots of colors that don't match, so it's fitting. I mean, definitely my team and the coaches, we've just created such a family atmosphere, and it's fun going through the process of workouts, and the fall, you grind through the fall with all your workouts and you bond a lot, and so I think I'll miss that when fall comes around and I'm not in the weight room with my team. And then obviously competing as a team and working towards a common goal with a group that you've gotten really close to, I'll definitely miss that.
Coming up next, we focus on Texas Tech's rugby team. And later, Luke Heath brings you our best tweets of the week. But first, here's your Texas Tech trivia question.
Infielder Ryan Long earned Big 12 Newcomer of the Week in last weekend's 3-game series against Oral Roberts. Who was the last Texas Tech baseball player to win Big 12 Newcomer of the Week? Is it A, Jake Barrios, B, Devin Conley, C, Johnny Drozd, or D, Eric Gutierrez? The answer to the Texas Tech trivia question of the week will be revealed later in the show. Stay tuned, because after the break we're coming back with more of the Double T Insider.
This is you. You want to be a director in Hollywood? Maybe you want to capture someone's attention on a 30-second spot. Maybe you'd rather be a social media manager, or you want to sit behind the World News Desk. You can do that here at the College of Media and Communication at Texas Tech University with a degree in advertising, electronic media, journalism, media strategies, or public relations. From here, it's possible.
Welcome back to the Double T Insider. From scrums to interceptions, the Double T Insider gives you an inside look at the Texas Tech rugby team.
My name's Jordan Trout. I am from Houston, Texas. My major is finance. I play rugby here at Texas Tech. I always knew about rugby. I heard the namesake, but I didn't really know what was going on until I went on safari my junior year of high school in South Africa, and they were playing, and I was bored one day, so I said, hey, you know, let me join in with you guys, and since then I picked up the sport pretty rapidly. Played a year at my high school Strake Jesuit, and then of course came here and continued on.
My name's Trevor Olson from the Woodlands, Texas, and my major is petroleum engineering. Freshman year of high school, all my friends just for some reason wanted to join rugby, so I kind of just got dragged into it, and my first year I just loved it so much that I just stuck through it, and now I'm here. I played football 4 years. You know, I played, you know, defensive end, linebacker, and special teams, so it kind of had a little mix. I played football in high school. It was kind of like fall time. I played left tackle in high school, so it was kind of I had to gain all this weight, and then rugby comes around, and then it just loses it right away just because it's so much conditioning. It was quite different. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what to do with the ball. I hiked it actually when I was on the ground. Usually when you're tackled, you're supposed to get in a prone position and put the ball back towards your team away from the opponent. It honestly only took about my first year playing. You can practice all you want and whatnot, but as soon as you play your first game, you'll learn basically the whole sport. We usually have, I guess, upwards to 40 plus guys on the team, but usually on game day, you only suit out 23 men for the A side, and then of course 15 play on the field. It's very different. Tech rugby is very different from your usual college program. A lot of other schools, they have so much fun. It's ridiculous the funding that schools will put into the rugby programs. But given our circumstances, we do all right for ourselves. We practice out here in front of the rec generally. But you know, most schools have coaching staff. You know, several coaches, and do team bands, and you know, they do all this organized travel. And usually we just like to say, who wants to volunteer their car, and I'll pile in and travel together. But it's pretty good. It, you know, you get a lot of memories out of the travels alone, and you know, and from there it's just the experience itself. Representing Tech, you know, any time you get to represent your school for something, it's pretty cool. In rugby, it's really not about one person. I know how you say that in football and everything, but in rugby, there's really no one person on the team. After the game, no matter win or loss, you celebrate with the team that you just played. It's just great. It's just a man sport. And you're playing D1 AA rugby, so I mean, you're competing with the top colleges, and if you win your conference, you're playing with teams from California, which are even better. Anyone who's dying to still play competitive sports, and of course, you know, get to, you know, be aggressive, join rugby, give it a try. It's well worth it.
This week, the Double T Insider goes on the clock with Red Raider basketball's Dusty Hannas.
Double T Insider here, and we're about to go on the clock with Dusty Hannas, a game where I give him 10 scenarios that he has to answer to the best of his ability, all within 60 seconds. All right, Dusty, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, 60 seconds on the clock, please. If I could only eat one type of food for the rest of my life, it would be?
Fish.
If I could play for any team in the NBA, it would be the?
Miami Heat.
If I won the lottery, the first thing I would buy is?
A mansion on the beach.
My favorite flavor of ice cream is?
Vanilla.
My favorite superhero growing up was?
Superman.
My go-to selfie pose is? If I could have dinner with any celebrity, it would be?
Mila Kunis.
If I was stranded on a deserted island and could only take one thing with me, it would be?
My PlayStation 4.
Before every game, I always have to?
Relax.
The one movie I could watch over and over again is?
Ratatouille.
All right, well, congratulations, Dusty. You beat the clock. For the Double T Insider, I'm Kellyn Schneider, and we just went on the clock with Dusty Hannas.
After the break, we're coming back with our best tweets of the week. But first, let's take another look at our Texas Tech trivia question.
Have you figured out the answer to this week's trivia question? Earlier we asked, who was the last Texas Tech baseball player to win Big 12 Newcomer of the Week? Your options were A. Jake Barrios, B. Devin Conley, C. Johnny Drozd, or D. Eric Gutierrez. If you haven't figured out the answer yet, we'll give you some time to think it over. The correct answer to the Texas Tech Trivia Question of the Week will be revealed later in the show. Don't go away, because there's more Double T Insider coming up after the break.
This is you. You want to be a director in Hollywood? Maybe you want to capture someone's attention on a 30-second spot. Maybe you'd rather be a social media manager, or you want to sit behind the World News desk. You can do that here at the College of Media and Communication at Texas Tech University with a degree in advertising, electronic media, journalism, media strategies, or public relations. From here, it's possible.
Each week for the Double T Insider, we pick the best tweets about Texas Tech athletics and air them on our show. This week, we're featuring tweets about Red Raider baseball and Texas Tech basketball. Current Tech student Andrew Bennett tweeted, "Tech baseball is killing it this season. Love it. Hashtag wreck 'em." And Tech student Wes Hubbard tweeted, "Texas Tech baseball is hashtag ooh killing 'em status." And Tech student Macy H tweeted, "Didn't end up the way we wanted, but all your hard work is paying off, guys. Keep it up. Hashtag wreck 'em." And check back next week for more DTI tweets when yours could just be the one chosen.
With another week in the books, let's take a look at the upcoming games in Texas Tech athletics.
On Monday, Lady Raider basketball travels to Norman, Oklahoma to play their final regular season game against Oklahoma. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. On Tuesday, Red Raider baseball returns to Dan Law Field at Rip Griffin Park to play New Mexico. First pitch is set for 2 p.m. On Wednesday, Texas Tech basketball will be on the road in Lawrence, Kansas to play Kansas. First tip is set for 7 p.m. and can be seen on the Big 12 Network. Red Raider baseball begins a 4-game series at Rip Griffin Park on Thursday against New Mexico State. First pitch for Thursday and Friday's games are 6:30 p.m. with Fridays being shown on Fox College Sports. Saturday and Sunday's games will start at 2 p.m. and noon respectively. On Friday, Lady Raider tennis travels to California to play St. Mary's. First serve is set for 2 p.m. Lady Raider basketball begins play in the Big 12 Championships in Oklahoma City on Friday. Teams and times are to be announced. On Saturday, Texas Tech men's tennis travels to Albuquerque, New Mexico to play BYU. First serve is set for noon. Red Raider basketball plays their final game of the regular season Saturday against Texas at the United Spirit Arena. Tip-off is set for 3 p.m. and can be seen on ESPN News. On Sunday, Red Raider tennis continues play in Albuquerque, New Mexico to play New Mexico. First serve is set for noon. Lady Raider tennis continues their California road trip with a stop in Santa Clara to play Santa Clara College.
And finally, here's the answer to your Texas Tech Trivia Question of the Week.
It's time to reveal the answer to the Texas Tech Trivia Question of the Week. The question was, who was the last Texas Tech baseball player to win Big 12 Newcomer of the Week? Your options were A. Jake Barrios, B. Devin Conley, C. Johnny Drozd, or D. Eric Gutierrez. The correct answer is A. Jake Barrios. Texas Tech baseball's Jake Barrios received Big 12 Newcomer of the Week in April 2013 for batting .400 against TCU and New Mexico State. This has been your Texas Tech Trivia Question of the Week. If you didn't get this week's question right, don't sweat it. Next week we'll be back with even more Texas Tech trivia, along with another edition of the Double T Insider.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Double T Insider. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday for our DTI weekly update on Texas Tech athletics.
And as always, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and go to youtube.com/Double T Insider to watch all of our videos. For Caitlin Kravick, I'm Brett Brown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.